What's good, YouTube? I'm back again, John Mango. It is Sunday, which means it's time to prep. As you see, the prep is ready to go, okay? And I want to kind of talk to you about just some things. I figured you can watch me how I prep this, and I'll explain to you how you can do it too, because I always get asked questions about this. And the reason that I talk about this so much is a few things. One, you're gonna notice, or maybe you follow me on Instagram, but you're gonna notice that I haven't skipped a Sunday. I can't remember the last time I did, and that's because consistency and doing this has helped me so much over the last 10 years. Well, really over the last few years of me doing this, but I wish I had known it 10 years ago. So I'm gonna explain to you some tips about how to prep more effectively, but also show you how I do it. So cameraman, come around here. As you'll see, we've got turkey, we've got sweet potato, chicken. This is nothing new here. Rice under here, some veggies. I got the Tupperwares, okay? So, you know, this stuff doesn't have to take a lot of time. What I like to do is, you know, you cut up and peel the sweet potato, you put it all into a certain pan, you throw that in the stove, right? Or in the oven. Same thing with the chicken. This thing, very easy. I use one seasoning. It's like a chicken spice seasoning that you'll get from Costco, for example. You cut it up, you put it in the oven as well. With the sweet potatoes, those you don't have to worry about. In the meantime, I like to chop up some green onions. Also today I did some green bell pepper, olive oil. The turkey, you can buy lean ground turkey from Costco, for example. I toss that in there at the same time. So you've got the turkey on the stove, you've got the oven going with the chicken and the sweet potato, and then I'll put the veggies in a pot over here, as well as the rice in another pot. So overall, by the time everything is started till it's all clean and done, it's gonna take you about 2 hours max, okay? And obviously, the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Not only that, I like to listen to maybe podcasts or informative videos, or you can really just listen to anything while you do it. It makes the time go by a lot faster, even just listen to music. So now the key is how to weigh it out and all of that. So what I want to show you is how I do that, okay? Now there are some videos that I've shown me doing this before, but I'm going to show you more specifically. So this scale, people always worrying about, you know, what kind of scale they need to use. I've been using the same scale for the last 6-7 years. I got it for $20 at Walmart. So don't worry about that. People always putting things, let's put it this way. People want to know what supplements they should take. Are you doing this first? If you are, good. Then you can maybe start worrying about the other things that are a little bit smaller in detail. People want to worry about, oh, you know, what if I do this exercise for 10 reps instead of 8? Are you doing this first, right? Well, what if I drink this kind of supplement at this time? Or what if I eat this meal at this time? Or what if I fit this in at that time? Look, are you doing this first? This is one of the key things you need to be doing, you need to be consistent on. If the answer is you aren't doing this every single week, maybe it's a Sunday, Saturday, whenever, if you're not doing this every single week without missing a week for at least 3, 4, 5 months straight, don't ever buy a supplement, don't ever buy the newest program, none of that, okay? So now, come on in here, because I want to show you how I weigh this out. Again, I've been doing this for a while. I know my portions, I know all of that. Just keep it on here, because I'm going to show the MyFitnessPal here. So MyFitnessPal, obviously this is a very important tool. So for example, I've got, you know, 3,300 calories I'm trying to hit. I know, because I just click in here, I can see that I've got, you know, chicken, that's chicken on the rocks I'll have later. I've got, let's see here, lean ground turkey, baked potato. I know the amounts, right? I know I'm doing 2 meals at 8 ounces and so on. So figure out your numbers. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn this on. Once I cut the chicken up, I'll bring it over here. Okay, the scale is on, it's zeroed out. So what I do is I simply just go like this, and I start weighing it out, right? Make every meal roughly the same, okay? And that's in grams, no big deal. I'll just go like this, switch that over, ounces, right? And I'm looking for 8 ounces, okay? So 7, and you know, you want to try to get it close. If it's not exact, don't worry about it too much. 8.25, I'm okay with that. Then I move it off to the side, and I just repeat the process. I zero it out. I'm going for 8 ounces again. So, you know, talking about consistency, people think that they're consistent because they do this once or once in a month, right? Or maybe 4 times a month, 1 for each week, and then they fall off. That's not consistency. I've been doing this, I've been prepping for years straight without missing a week. Okay, so until you're doing the same, don't worry about supplements, don't worry about this exercise or that, don't worry about your workout split. Nutrition is always the most important. On top of that, sleep. How are you sleeping? People worry about, you know, what's the best pre-workout I can take because I have no energy to go to the gym. Well, maybe fix the foundational issue with why you have no energy, and you'll see a lot more results. You'll feel a lot better. I did the same thing. I used to sleep 4 hours a night thinking that, oh, you know, work out, and make money and make gains, right? I know, very enticing lifestyle to want to live. But when I stopped sleeping 4 hours, stopped overloading on caffeine, stopped trying to rely on supplements and just training harder and you know, doing all that, and I started focusing on the foundation, the sleep, right? The meals, was my nutrition on point instead of eating out here, there, and the other because I was always on the road. When I started getting everything in place, everything changed, or everything got a lot better. Your energy gets a lot more stable, right? So this is more than just making food and cooking the same things every day. You don't have to do the same thing every day. People are always afraid of that. Listen, consistency comes down to doing something over and over and over again for an extended period of time. Okay, so half you guys watching this, probably 90% of you watching this, aren't even doing this. Right? So my first step to you is do this. Implement the right habits. Track your calories. If you're not tracking calories, you gotta track calories. Prep your meals. You're wondering why you fall off on the weekends. I'm about to prep about 16 meals here. I've got more in the fridge because I want to prep enough meals for all 7 days, not just 5. You understand? So again, I'm just gonna keep adding on the chicken, 8 ounces. This takes 5 minutes. You listen to something that you want, you know, you can learn at the same time as this, right? Maybe you listen to my videos, pump you up while you're doing this, right? So that's what I wanted to say about the consistency, is that, you know, people think that Monday to Friday is consistent, but it's not. People think that week 1 to 4 is consistent, but it's not. Try weeks, or try year 1 to 4. 4 years straight, that's a little bit more consistent, right? So when it comes to this, obviously I didn't just start and get to this point. It took me a very long time to get here, but that's why I'm trying to tell you and educate you on doing this as soon as possible, because the sooner you start implementing these habits, the faster you'll be able to see more results than I did in all those years that I felt like I was just spinning my wheels. So if you feel like you're spinning your wheels, that's the case. And then people again break it down. Well, you know, and I always get these questions. Well, I'm trying to lose fat. Is this amount of calories okay? Is this amount of protein okay? What kind of protein? Is it okay if I swap the turkey for fish? These things are just not that important. They just don't matter. What matters is, have you executed on it for 2 weeks? Is the fish better than the turkey? I don't know. Try it for 2 weeks and you tell me. Okay, I don't have an answer like that. My answer is always going to be fundamentals. Have you repeated them for extended periods of time? If the answer is no, you've got work to do before we can say, yes, this works, this doesn't. This works, this doesn't. Okay, so really just an off-the-cuff video. I'll be completely honest, I didn't really have anything else lined up. So I needed to bang out a video. I didn't want to do another meal prep video because I feel like I've been dropping a few of those too often. Though comment below if you want me to drop another meal prep video or any sort of, I'm thinking of doing a vegan meal prep. I've gotten that recommended. Right, so there's another one. So what I'll do, right, once I do all the protein, the chicken, then I go into the turkey with all the rest. What I'll do is I'll switch this around. Okay, and then I'll do the sweet potato. So for example, I know that when I'm doing the sweet potato, it's 250 grams. So I'll put that back on, I zero it out, switch it over to grams, right? I'm gonna get this here. 250 is the key, right? And I do the same thing with the sweet potato. Right, 243, watch this right here, perfect. Oh, close enough. That over, then what I'll do, grab a handful of the veggies, put that in, boom, that's 1 meal done. Take the next one, same thing. When it comes to the rice, I'll do 2 cups. It's so easy, it's a system. How do people get better at something? They systemize it. This is a system. So fine, I'm not saying you need to follow this exact system. I've tried so many different ones over the years. This is just the one I'm currently on that I found to work the best. I'm obviously going to try to optimize and toy around and play around with different variations of it, but this is what works best. There's another one, put that on, and you get the point. So that's how I go about my meal prep. It's Sundays. I like Sundays. Maybe you don't have the time on Sunday. Doesn't mean you can't do it. The point is make the time and stick to it. You have to open up the calendar, say that's when I'm gonna meal prep. Start with 3 hours. Maybe always over prepare. So put in 3 hours of that day that you need to block off, direct towards meal prep, and keep a calendar. How many weeks straight have you done it? 4 weeks and you fell off? Not consistent. 8 weeks? Good. Keep it going. At that point, you'll start building the habit of doing it, and once you do, you'll stay 10 times more on point with your nutrition. You'll be more consistent in every area of your life. Your results are going to be insane compared to what you're seeing now. I guarantee that. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. Again, just a bit of a off-the-cuff video, just some Sunday sermon or Sunday meal prep thoughts, whatever we want to call it. Maybe I'll start a series on this. Comment below, let me know if you liked it. What else you'd like to see on the channel, because of course I'm always trying to bring you the content that you want to see. Again, if you want some meal prep videos, certain recipes, any of that stuff, let me know and I'll be making it for you. But with that said, I hope you're all enjoying the weekend whenever you watch this video, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it, because I'm dropping videos every damn week. I'm out.